President Donald Trump has signed an executive order to reverse federal policies that incentivize electric vehicle adoption and is also taking aim at rules being used in some states that further encourage the purchase of EVs. Former President Joe Biden implemented legislation to support electrification efforts in the transportation sector, including tax credits of up to $7,500 for new EV purchases, tighter greenhouse gas emissions limits, and fuel efficiency standards. Between the bipartisan infrastructure law, the Inflation Reduction Act, Department of Energy grants, and additional investments, the Biden administration had allocated upwards of $190 billion for EVs and related infrastructure over the next decade. Trump's order directs federal agencies to reevaluate these policies supporting electric vehicles. It targets tax credits for EV purchases, federal funding for charging infrastructure, and regulatory incentives encouraging automakers to transition from gas-powered vehicles to electric models. The order also looks to terminate an exemption that allows California to enforce stricter emission standards than those set at the federal level, and thereby phase out the sale of gas-powered vehicles by 2035, rules that have been followed by over a dozen other states. California Governor Gavin Newsom previously pledged to sustain the $7,500 EV incentive within the state, regardless of federal changes, announcing plans to revive California's rebate program for zero-emission vehicles. Meanwhile, environmental groups have criticized the executive order, warning it could hinder efforts to combat climate change. The transportation sector remains a significant contributor to greenhouse gas emissions in the U.S., with light-duty vehicles responsible for over half of transportation-related emissions. The order is now expected to face legal challenges from both environmental organizations and states that rely on California's emission standards. For more about developments in the electric vehicle sector, download the Straight Arrow News app and sign up for alerts from me, Jack Almer.